This is ANN News Brief.
Good afternoon. I'm Lucy Adeyemi. Medical charity Doctors Without Borders, MSF, said on Thursday the battle against Ebola in Democratic Republic of Congo is failing because ordinary people do not trust health workers. MSF says despite new vaccines and treatment, people with Ebola have been dying in their communities because Ebola responders were increasingly seen as the enemy, with more than 60 attacks and incidents against the Ebola response in the past month alone. Last week, the charity suspended medical activities at the epicenter of the disease in Katwa and Butembo, North Kivu province, after 2 of its facilities were set on fire by unidentified assailants. MSF's international president, Joan Liu, said the outbreak, which has killed at least 500,000 people, would not be beaten unless the community trusted the authorities and were treated humanely. Liu said the existing atmosphere can only be described as toxic. As South Africa is edging closer to national elections, the political parties are vying for voters' support in the hope of winning seats in the National Assembly. A recent poll from the South African Institute of Race Relations shows while there are a large number of new parties contesting the elections, it's about the 3 key parties, the ruling African National Congress, and 2 major opposition parties, Democratic Alliance and the Economic Freedom Fighters. These 3 parties will likely account for about 87% of the vote.
On those numbers, the ANC increases slightly to 55%, the DA increases to 24%, so it would seem that a lower turnout seems to benefit the DA slightly more than the ANC.
The country's Electoral Commission has its hands full trying to verify over 1 million voters' residential addresses. Those who are registered are keen to make their mark.
Vote because I feel that every little vote counts and it makes a difference, and that's my way of saying I have the right to have an opinion on our country, economy-wise, with any relation.
South Africa general elections are expected to hold in May to elect a new National Assembly and new provincial legislatures. Stay with us, we'll be back for the short break.
This used to be me. But that was before I got the perfect bag. It's handy and easy to use. All I need in one compact space, just like my MTN Extra Value plan. I used to get one plan for my calls and then try to remember which data plan worked for me. Roaming was a totally different ballgame. Not anymore. I've got the MTN Extra Value all-in-one plan. If you're a data buff like me, you get extra data with some talk time. And if you like to make calls, you get extra talk time with some data. And when I'm abroad, I automatically browse, chat, and call right on the same plan. MTN Extra Value was made just for me.
More of data or calls, whichever one you prefer. MTN Extra Value is made just for you.
Egyptian security forces said 7 suspected militants have been killed in 2 operations in Giza across the line from central Cairo. A police officer was also reported wounded. The Interior Ministry said on Thursday 3 of the militants had disguised themselves as electricity workers to plant explosives, but they were killed in an exchange of fire after their truck was intercepted. 4 more were killed when security forces raided an apartment they were using. The ministry said the suspects were members of the Hashim group, which merged in 2016 and has claimed several attacks on security forces. That's CNN News Break. Join us again at 5 for our full newscast. For details on these and other stories, visit our website, annafrica.net. Also join the conversation on Facebook, facebook.com/ANN Africa TV, Instagram and Twitter at ANN Africa TV. I am Lucy Adeyemi.